we are set at one of the craziest moments in history, where we are at the forefront of what God is doing in the earth. And how we see in John 14 that Jesus says, for those that believe in me, they will do what I have done and even greater, because I go to the Father. Jesus gave us an invitation to greater. He gave us an invitation to go beyond. He's given us an invitation to be so filled up with God, to be in the fullness of God to the degree that His power and His influence and His heartbeat just oozes out of us. We see this in the greater works. Through Jesus, a lady with the issue of blood came and touched the hem of His garment, and she was made whole. And then we see that in the life of Peter. Peter's shadow healed people when they came in close proximity of him. And you see Paul, he didn't wait for them to touch his clothes. He sent out the clothes that touched him. There is a greater works being released in the earth, that God wants us to partner with Him, that we can step into the greatest move of His Spirit that the earth has ever seen before. But for us to step into the greater, we have to understand that it's going to require a shift. It's going to require a transition from an old mindset, from an old way of doing things. Because God says, look, I am doing a new thing, something that the earth has never seen. It hasn't even entered into the heart of man. Eye hasn't seen it, ear hasn't heard it, and the heart of man hasn't even thought about this, what I'm about to do for those who love me. And I believe that as we sit at this incredible junction of understanding that God is calling us into higher places, and He's calling us as His sons to come out of the dark, to come out of the cupboards, to come out of hiding and out of the caves, and be in every place as an expression of Him. For us to step into the greater works that He's inviting us into, we have to also accept and go into the fullness of God. Go into the new thing that He wants to do. We have arrived at a new era. And in this new era, we need to step into the fresh things that God wants to do. Just be open today while you joining in on this video to know that God is inviting you. Just be open that God can talk to you in new and strange ways, that it might be different, it might be changed, it might be new, it might be something that you're not familiar with. But just be open to the way that He is encountering you, and understand that He is drawing you into a new place in Him, to understand and fully grasp the fullness of God. Because in this greater, He's inviting us to go beyond, to not just stick to the status quo, the normal, the norm, the thing that everybody became accustomed to, but that we will rise to the occasion in greater depths and greater heights and greater realms of His presence. You're about to go beyond your last level of glory. You're about to go beyond your last miracle. You're about to go beyond your last business deal, beyond your last venture, beyond your last encounter. There is something on the other side in the realm of the Spirit right now that God is leading you into, to understand that it won't look like your yesterday, because the new thing that God is about to do is going to flood your life in abundance, and it's going to require you to shift. It's going to require you to let go of that old mindset, let go of that old way of doing things, and be open to the new wine, the joy, the fresh flow of His presence and His power. New means new, and the new will never be likened to the old. The new will never be like the old. It's new. And I'd rather be an amateur in the new than an expert in the old. Be open for the invitation that God is leading you into new things, leading you into new encounters, leading you into new You will see things you never thought was possible. You will see things you never thought you can achieve. And it's all because of the fullness of God that is residing on the inside of you. You will see an outpouring like you've never seen before. This is a new era. This is a new time. And this is our finest hour. Are you ready to tap into His presence? Are you ready for an encounter of a lifetime? Because out of an encounter of a lifetime comes an adventure of change. Out of an encounter of a lifetime comes a life-changing life. You will change things around you. You will impact and influence situations and circumstances around you. Are you ready to go beyond in 2022? Are you ready to go beyond where you've ever been in God, to see Him in new ways and encounter Him afresh and go into greater depths and heights of His presence? Are you ready for what God has in store for you? Because He's inviting you into greater. He's inviting you into bigger. He's inviting you into deeper. All you need to do is open up, accept the call, and step on in to higher places with Him.